iron in their soul. They thought the hard time would humble you, but the hard time made you hungrier. This is a very important message for many of you right now because you are going through some of your most difficult tests right before your break. And there are people, there's a real spirit that wants to break you. And I'm here today in my authority as a man of God to break that assignment. I'm going to say that. This test will not break you. This test will open the door to your future. So the hard time is not here to break you, to humble you. Now, we're not against humility in a proper sense, but we are against a demonic and satanic agenda to make you feel less than, to make you feel insecure, to break your spirit. We're speaking against that, and that won't happen because it's not designed to break you. You're going through a test. The word that the Most High put into my spirit last week in an open eye vision, first thing in the morning, God's been speaking to me in a new way the last 2 weeks. He gives me dreams often, which become revelations and messages for myself and also for my audience. But what he has done the last 2 weeks, this has been brand new. He's been giving me like one word before I wake up. Like I'll wake up, when I wake up rather. I wake up and boom, he hit me with a word. And one of the words from last week was final exam. And he's been using this to drop a direct message in my spirit while I'm conscious. And this has been exciting for me because it's a new form of communication. And final exam is what many of you are in right now. You're going through that last test. In other words, I want to encourage you. You've passed a lot of tests already. Somebody say, I passed the test. You passed the humiliation ritual. Let me go back to that. You've been through the fire. You've been through the flood. You have experienced what you're supposed to experience. You've learned some lessons, built connections, built character. You've grown spiritually. You've grown physically. You're in the gym. You're reading books. Some of you are traveling to different countries. You're doing what you're supposed to do. And now you are in a final exam phase of this part of your growth. Now you'll have other final exams, of course. This won't be the last one for your whole life. But you're finishing a certain level is what I'm trying to say. You're finishing a certain level right now. And once you pass this last test, this is when God's going to give you access to new territory. Somebody say new territory. Open doors. This is when you'll get your breakthrough. So many of you right now, you are this close to a breakthrough. And this is why the pressure is so great. Some of you right now, you say, big bro, I feel like I'm about to break. I feel like I'm about to break. You feel all that pressure. The pressure increases. Remember this right before the break. So you're not going to break. You're going to get your breakthrough. And your enemies are panicking. Your enemies are trying to humiliate you. They're trying to embarrass you. They're trying to act like you're less than. They're trying to push you to the side. And as you go through all of this, this is all a part of the process of becoming who you're supposed to be, and you're that close to your breakthrough. And I get this question all the time. Man, big bro, how do you stay so consistent, man? How do you stay motivated? How do you stay consistent with your purity, with the content you promote, going to the gym, reading the books, praying, fasting? How do you stay so motivated? And the answer is very simple. I understand that I have a purpose, and my purpose is not based on human approval. So many of you right now, you would be much better off if you would get people out of your head. Get mom out your head. Yeah, we're coming from mama too. Get mom out your head. Your daddy, family, friends, co-workers, your exes. You got all these people's opinion of you just messing your mind up. And you don't even know who you are. So you stay focused. When you focus on your purpose, you don't care what people think. You have to get to a place where you are happy with yourself when you do what you know you're supposed to do. That's how you measure your success. Not regardless of what people think about it. Right? Me dropping this video. It don't matter how many views get on it. I did what I was supposed to do. I woke up this morning. I believe I had a message from God. I got on my phone. I recorded it and gave it to you. And I did my part. I can't worry about the results. And you have to get to a point in your life where that's how you begin to think. You get up each day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you do what you're supposed to do. And when you have this type of mindset, a hard time won't humble you. A trial won't humble you because you understand this is all part of the process. Everything happens in a time and season for a reason. And many of you right now, I told you this before, you're not being held back. I'm going to give you this analogy again of the bow and arrow. It is essentially the Most High pulling you back as an arrow. And when time is right, he's going to let go and release you and you're going to take off. That's what's happening to me right now. You're not being held back. You are being divinely protected. Let me go ahead and change your perspective. You're not being held back, sir, sis. That's the way it feels. You are being divinely protected and you are being divinely guided. That's what's happening to you right now. This is why many of you right now run into a lot of this weird energy out here. People are acting strange toward you. Why? Because you're close to your break. You've passed a number of tests. I'm going to be clear on that. You're doing what you're supposed to do. And so what you're going through right now is it's essentially the Most High's finishing touches, right? You know how somebody who's into bodybuilding, they do the last month or two before the show, and they got put on the finishing touches. That last month or two doesn't make them. What made them is what they did for the whole year, right? And so many of you right now, what God is doing is he's putting the finishing touches on you for all the work you've done, all the hours you've logged in your business, in your profession, working on yourself, working on your physical body. For those with fitness, those who are working on your mental, all of us should be reading books every day, by the way. This is March. You should have cleared 3 books by now. Yes. You say, here we go. Yes, here we go. Come on. We got to make some decisions. We can't keep doing the same stuff and want to grow. This is the third month of the year. You should be on your way to clearing 3 books. If you haven't already cleared 3. Some of you might read 1 a week. That's great. If you've done that, that's excellent. But at least 3. You should have cleared so much time in prayer this week. You should have cleared so many hours working on your business, working on your skill, working on your talent, whatever you have. You say, what are you talking about? This is how you get there. See, when you're driven like that, a hard time can humble you. Because basically, I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So this little phase I'm going through, this ain't nothing. That's the way you got to think. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do every day. I'm putting in the work. So this little phase, this little bump in the road, I'll be all right. You know what I mean? I'm going to get right over this because I'm doing the right thing. I'm making progress day by day. So in their effort to humble you, it made you hungrier. Their design was to break you. And what it did, it only lit a fire underneath you. Some of you, and sometimes you need that push. You need that aggravation. You need that trial. Sometimes that trial, that hard time is necessary to push you over the edge the right way to where you now refuse defeat. You see what I'm saying? You get to a place in your life where I refuse this. I'm not going to accept this. This is what it is right now, but I'm going to rack my brain. I'm going to connect to God. I'm going to find a way around this somehow. I'm going to create a path if I have to. Entrepreneurship. I'm going to do something to make it. And so the hard time didn't break you because your spirit is too strong for that. You have the spirit of the Most High in you. Let me talk to you. You have angels surrounding you. You are divinely protected. You have a consciousness. You have Christ in you, right? You're able to think clearly. You read, you reflect, you meditate. You have a purpose. Your spirit is in alignment, spirit, soul, and body. So a hard time can never break you. A hard time can never humble you. We're not speaking against humility in a proper sense, but we're speaking against that demonic sense of it when a person wants to break you. That spirit that wants to make you feel less than. That's what we're talking about today. There is a spirit out here, right? There is a demon that wants you, sir, ma'am, to feel less than. For some of you, it was that man made you feel less than. I'm going to get to you now. I'm going to talk to you. That man made you feel less than, sis. That woman, sir, made you feel less than. That job, that community, that family member. There is something around you, someone or multiple people. Sometimes it's a system. Sometimes it's an organization. Sometimes it may even be a church. It may be a Catholic service. I don't know where they go to in Catholicism, but you get my point. There was someone there that tried to make you feel like something's wrong with you. You're not all that. That jealousy in other people. That's what it is. It's that human nature, right? Ain't that the song Michael Jackson had, Human Nature? Why do they do me this way? I'm not going to sing that for obvious reasons, but you heard the song. Shout out to Michael Jackson, one of the greatest of all time. You know that. People, it's human nature. People want you to feel less than. They want to embarrass you. That's why people like to see someone being talked about, cracking jokes. That's in our spirits, to make someone feel uncomfortable. Those weird vibes. That's what people do. And when you are a strong person, you don't allow that to get to you. You see it for what it is, and you adjust and make the proper decisions. So when you're going through a hard time, don't let that break you. Suck that up. Feel all that. I want you to feel all the energy. Remember all that disrespect. Remember all that shade. Remember all of that hate. Remember all those bad experiences. Let all that stuff be fuel to push you forward. Never let it break you. Let me look at you. Let me get serious now. You don't let no... I'll stop playing with me. You don't let no person break you. You hear me? I'm going to think for you. You don't let no man. You don't let no woman. This is how I think. People be wondering, man, how do you stay so strong? I'm trying to give you my psychology right now. You don't let nobody break you. You are, let me talk to you. You're a child of God. Huh? You got angels around you. You have divine gifts in you. You are called, good looking, and you sit around thinking you're less than. That's mind control. If you're thinking that, sir, ma'am, you are under witchcraft. I'm tired of playing with y'all. I'm gonna give it to you plain. That's mind control, witchcraft, intimidation, domination, manipulation, messing your mind up, playing games with you. You don't let no one, do you hear me? You don't let no one, no entity, no spirit make you feel like you're less than what you are. You are divinely protected. You are a human being, man or woman, created in the image of the Most High. Let's make that plain. Okay? Let me make it plain. Let me take you to the book for a second, if you don't mind that. The Bible says that we were created a little lower than the angels. Okay? That's what you are. All that stuff you got in your head, get rid of all that. All that stuff that got you insecure, doubting yourself, thinking you're mid, and all this old nonsense you got going through your mind. Let's get back to the truth. I'm here to give you truth. I'm here to be a voice of reasoning for you. You're not less than, okay? You might be going through a hard time. And, you know, men of God, women of God, people of God always go through hard times. That doesn't mean that who you are is any different. It means you're going through a phase. You're going through a season. You're going through a test. But who you are has not changed, and therefore you should not humble yourself in that way. So as I wrap this video up, you know what it is. Stay solid. Continue to make progress day by day. Let the Most High tell you who you are, not other people. Stay consistent. That's the main thing with this message. Stay consistent. You can't be hit or miss. Stay consistent with what you're doing. Continue to work, improve yourself. Continue to develop your mind. Most importantly, continue to develop your spirit, as well as your physical appearance. Everything is all in alignment. And so as you do that, over time, you will prosper and go forward. That's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching this video. God bless. Peace.